Hello everyone and welcome to a new IK video. This is Ken from 73, and in this video guys we're gonna talk about boss formations or single target formations. Goes for normal elemental dragon bosses or spider or even rift breaker. So in this one I was in a hurry to collect some water charts for my water dragon, and then I decided to build two bosses at the same time to minimize losses and gather as much as crystals at the same time. And talking about two formations, these are the formations that I used. The first one, I'm using Kuplai to maximize the physical damage that comes from Alex. This is why I'm using Adrenaline Rush. I'm using Lifelink to sustain some of the damages that is coming from the Scorpion for the water boss. And I'm using Misleading from King Emperor to dodge some of the physical damages that is coming from the boss itself as well. And of course Dwarf Blessing, Speed Blessing for Alex's sake of damage, and Berserker. I don't really care about using skills. I just used whatever skills that I'm not gonna use in the other one. For this one here, I'm using Physical Shield to sustain some damage from the normal attacks. Also, Absolute Defense is gonna help a lot. And I'm using Energy Suppression to give a chance for Hippolyta to cast her ultimate skill before the boss does. And for Sign Duke, I'm using Onslaught for the bonus 60% physical attack increase, Weakness for the crit, and Rage Blessing to cast my skills as quickly as possible, and simply all DBS skills on Empress Wu, including Poison Thorn, the strongest single target skill when it comes to the magic damage. So putting these two formations into test here, even without boots, I think I can manage. I made these formations specifically for this Stinger or the Scorpion boss, attacking both at the same time, and then we're gonna look at the results, because mainly whenever I'm attacking bosses, the thing that I'm looking at the most is to save EB. I want to hit the boss with only one hit. Second, I want to save troops as much as possible, because as you can see here, I'm here losing cavalry troops only, and here I'm using shieldmen just to balance the losses in both sides. And looking at the both reports here, it's 76 death from Trajan. Absolute Defense did block some damage here, 500,000, and the boss's damage was around over 1 million. I think I'm not using Misleading here. On the other side, 62 death, and you can see here the normal attacks, 67% were dodged, even if the boss got to cast his ultimate skill in this fight. I don't know what happened exactly, but I think that the boss was killed even before he gets to cast his ultimate skill because of the damage that is coming from both Kuplai and Alex. I mean, once Kuplai did cast his ultimate skill, you will notice that this is a lot of damage. This is mainly because of... this is so much damage. This is why Kuplai is the best immortal to use against single targets. So this is also part of my distributing resources strategy that I explained in one of my previous videos. So the best two immortals to use against bosses are both Kuplai and Hippolyta at the same time. However, if I use both at the same march, it's gonna be, lacking on the other side. It's gonna be I'm not gonna be able to deal either as much damage or sustain as much, because Hippolyta does the sustain and Kuplai does the damage, and he also enables Alex to do the damage. This is why both marches are working so well. But however, I did not try against the Giant Breaker. Giant Breaker is usually different because his skill is not a single target skill, so I really want to try both marches versus the Giant Breaker. However, I doubt that my Fire March could make it or could one-shot the Giant Breaker. We will see. However, I'm very confident that this march will be able to make it, thanks to Kuplai, of course. Also, I'm using an attack speed artifact on Kuplai. So this one was victory, and the other one was victory. Actually, that's unexpected, and the losses as well. All right, so this fight ended in 52 seconds. You can see, of course, the damage coming from Alex, 93 million. Usually, Alex doesn't deal that much damage. And on the other side, this is Empress Wu, Poison Thorn with the highest damage, of course. 40 or 35 million damage from Poison Thorn, 24 million damage from Imperial Fire. I want to try and remove Spell Disintegrator for something else. Maybe we get better results. So we're gonna remove Demonic Contract, and we're gonna remove Rage Placing because we don't need it anymore. Because Empress was gonna be a bit slower, and we're gonna use Spell Disintegrator over here. Let's try one more time. So the point about this change, I know I already got the results but I really want to see how much damage Empress will deal with Demonic Contract on her. Losses are even less, and the damage is not that much different. However, you can see that Poison Thorn dealt almost 40 to 41 million damage on this fight. Imperial Fire 7 costs 27 million damage. Comparing this to the previous fight, yeah, 7 attempts, 24 million damage, a difference of 3 million damage, and of course Poison Thorn has a bit of 4 to 5, 6 million damage less. Alright, these are the two marches that I'm using to hunt bosses or kill two bosses at the same time. I'm kind of glad that it worked against Giant Breaker, since it is the strongest form of bosses out of all the elemental bosses. So here are the build that I'm using. You can screenshot it if you want. And of course, without Kuplai, this wouldn't work out, or without a decent artifact for Alex and Kuplai both at the same time. So this is everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and have a wonderful day.